Morning all. I haven't done a little bit of exercise for a while, so I'm not feeling too mobile, and that's probably the way most people feel, but unless you start moving, you don't feel better. So it's just a matter of starting to move. And these are pretty simple. We usually just work on the idea of getting big joints moving, and that's shoulders and hips. Anything past your shoulders and hips tend to do their job. Elbows and knees aren't complicated, but shoulders and hips is where we're at. So these arm circles make the most use of what we have around the shoulder area, both directions, big circles forward and back. And by having these muscles move to their contraction and expansion limits, it gets the blood flowing through them to start with. So hip wise, some circles here, that's a simple one. Doesn't have to be fast, just make sure you're getting as far around to the limits of the movement in each direction. About 5 each way is good. And the reason getting these done in the morning is because after a night of sleeping, we tend to be, just feeling like a little bit short. The muscles haven't had a reason to get expanded, and so that's the point of doing these exercises. Lifting the knee, a lot of work around the top of the front of your leg. That area is called the hip flexor, and when you sit in a chair for driving or working, the hip flexors can get quite tight or shortened. When I say tight, it just means that they're shortened more than they're stretched, and that causes them to become permanently shortened. So come down onto the ground and just sit back onto your knees, onto your heels, and then move forward from there and drop your hips forward. So that's the stretch for the hip flexors. And as you can see, I've got no flexibility in that area, and this is the reason I need to keep doing this exercise. And the more often I do it, the happier my hips feel, and I'm 51 now, and I need to make sure that if I make use of what I can move well, I can move it, then later on things will stay in a better way as I get older. So that's the hips, and you can see your shoulders are getting through a good range of motion too, fully extended there. And that shrug action is something that's very helpful for them, so just tense up around your core a little more, move your shoulder blades back and forward, just shoulders and hips today. This is called a shoulder shrug. It's getting all the stabilizing muscles around the shoulders into action. After that, we'll try it with your hip. Again, being stretched, lower yourself forward, take your arms up and over the head, and just keep that movement on the hip coming forward. Stretch your arms up. The more you can stretch your arms up and back, the better, because everything from the front of your knee up through your hip to the top of your shoulder gets some work on this. Other side there. Very simple. And another good one, sitting down here on the ground still. I call them the window wiper, and it's just rotating the hip from side to side. If you keep both your bum bones on the floor, it means that the muscles around the area, again, they just get stretched or used to both of their extents, the shorter extent and the longer extent. That's that one. And a good one to finish is the forward bend. Lift your arms up and slowly lower down. Breathe out. Breathe in as you lift. And that should about do it, I reckon. Thanks very much, guys. I hope that's been of help to you. I'll be posting these a bit more regularly. If you want to do one in the morning, every morning, make a little commitment to yourself. If you don't see there's a fresh one up, just scroll back down and find something else that you can have a go at, because it's just about consistency. and doing a little bit every day is a heck of a lot better than doing a whole bunch all at once. So let's see you back here tomorrow.